Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. My name is Tanay All, and I'm an anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry veterans to come together to share their knowledge, ideas, thoughts, and best practices with one another, as well as with upcoming industry leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings of all our industry stalwarts. We hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leader interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other great leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone as they help us to work on ideas that have already proven a success formula for so many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge sharing community. We have one such industry giant on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Dr. Mani Kumar. We welcome you on the show, sir. He is an esteemed water resource expert specializing in flood and irrigation management, boasting an extensive academic background and a wealth of professional experience. Holding a Ph.D. in water resources from Birla Institute of Technology, Mesra, and an M.Tech in Irrigation Water Management from IIT Roorkee, he is a distinguished expert with a robust track record. His expertise include 1D, 2D modeling with various software programs, flood risk management, forecasting, erosion modeling, river training, and more, and has been involved in crucial projects such as master planning of rejuvenation and flood mitigation of the Vishwamitri River, the reservoir survey for Kharagpur Lake, and flood forecasting for rivers in North Bihar. Currently, he serves as the director at Secon Private Limited, Bengaluru, and as the Deputy Director at the Mathematical Modeling Center Bihar, funded by the World Bank. So, Dr. Mani Kumar, to begin with, could you let our viewers know in brief about your career journey so far?
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for such a nice introduction. Good afternoon to all my viewers. I will just add up few more about myself. I'm from a small city, Chhapra, that is in Bihar state. I did my schooling and intermediate up to intermediate level from the hometown Chhapra. Thereafter, I joined engineering at Regional Institute of Technology, Jamshedpur. Now it is known as NIT Jamshedpur. I did my doctorate degree from there. And before joining the state government job in Water Resources Department, I spent 4 years in different sectors. Firstly, after the graduation, I joined as a research scholar in NIT Patna. There I worked for 2 years, and thereafter I joined private consultancy firms. We worked there for 2 years. In the meantime, I got invitation from the Water Resources Department, and I joined the Water Resources Department. I worked there for a long time till my superannuation in year 2021. So my duration of service in government job is 32 years and half, 32 and a half years. So it's a long journey for me. In Water Resources Department, I was assigned different type of works at different places. But I did all those works honestly. Sometimes, whenever I get some opportunity, I just try to achieve that opportunity in enhancing my knowledge. In year 1999, I got the opportunity to do master degree, and I got admission in Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee. I did my master's from there. It completed in 2001. Thereafter, I came back and again joined it. In 2014, I was posted in Water and Land Management Institute, Patna. There I got the academic environment. So I just think to utilize that environment, and I joined as a PhD scholar in Birla Institute of Technology, Ranchi. And I did that doctorate degree in year 2019. In my span of career in government sector, I had got so many opportunities, challenging opportunities. I will just illustrate few of the instances. It was the year 2008 when a disaster like Kusaha breach occurs. Kusaha is a place in Kosi River Basin, and that breach was so disastrous that we can think that hundreds of people died. The 30 lakh populations get has to be displaced from their own places, and so many millions of people are under inundation, flood inundation. So the situation is very disastrous. It is really, we can say, a black day for the state of Bihar and even in India. At that moment, we are shocked to see such a disastrous events. And we decided that there is need of some more work to do for that disaster. So when I got the opportunity to do my doctorate, I decided to do some work on Kosi River Basin. And that was the reason behind my doctorate degree. I did my doctorate in flood forecasting of Kosi River. There are also so many other challenges that I faced. Some of them are like a few of the problems of Bihar. River Ganga is flowing through the Bihar. And here we see that so many rivers that is joining the Bihar. In the monsoon period, they causes floods and millions of people get affected. So for that, we do some works. Actually, the flood has been mitigated through two ways. The first one is structural, and the second one is non-structural. Structural works we are already doing. We have made so many embankments, so many river training works, but still it is not enough. So we think of non-structural measures. And you see, we have developed a regional model for the whole Bihar. It includes every tributaries that is joining to the Ganga rivers, even from the north and south. So through that model was finished in year 2019, when I was posted in flood FMISC. That is a one sector of water resources department where we are doing the mitigation flood management work. So we have developed that non-structural measures with the help of some experts, those experts from Delft, IBM, Bangladesh, and now we are capable to forecast at every point, at every locations of the river, what will be the water level, what will be the discharge at that point. So it is a great achievement, and we have system digitized geospatial decision making systems through which we can forecast the water level to different stakeholders like administration, water resources department, PWD, other departments which are concerned. And when we are just making that dissemination of flood forecasting, when it goes to the alarming situation, danger level, they start doing work on behalf of that. So in that way, we are helping the society. After this is in brief, I am just saying about the what we have done in water resources. There are so many other things.
Yeah, yeah.
We have also done a lot of works, but it's not possible to just tell all about the works. And after the superannuation from government job, I joined Secon Private Limited company, where I am working as a director. And here also we are doing a lot of challenging job. One of that them is your river rejuvenation and flood mitigation of Vishwamitri River. So river rejuvenation is also a very hot topics, and we are doing work on that. How we can rejuvenate the river, it is a very challenging job. For that, we have done the study and given some suggestions, some interventions, measures that can be applied just to mitigate, just to rejuvenate the river. And in the same time, we are also making proposals for the mitigation of the rivers. So in that way, we are doing the work, and I think it will be very helpful for the flood hazards like things. So it's a brief, sir, about
Yeah.
my introduction.
So your career spans over 4 decades. How do you perceive the evolution of the field of water resources and how have you adapted to these changes throughout your career?
Yes, sir. I actually have spent 4 decades, and my whole career is related to water sector almost.
Mm.
So we are just memorizing when we had just joined the department how we do the how we prepare the projects, detailed project
Mm.
reports of irrigation projects or reservoir projects. So we go to the field with traditional instrument. Like at that time, there are theodolite, dumpy level, plane tabling. These are the instruments. With the help of that, we are doing the survey work. We come to the office and then we prepare the project reports. But now the time has changed. Now you see that there is development of your geographic information system GIS and satellite based remote sensing technology. So it has become very popular nowadays. Now you can see that through GIS, every points that is geo-referenced, you can locate a point through 3 coordinates x, y, and z. Z is basically the elevation, and x, y is the location. So on the Earth, with this GIS, we can locate the positions of any point on the Earth. So how important it is for now? It becomes very easy for the
Yeah.
engineers to make planning, every type of planning. It might be of water resources planning or other planning. Even it may be the urban planning. It may be your the other things like drinking water supply, distribution system planning. So all these things have become very important. Other technology, you can see sensor technology. Sensor technology, I will just illustrate you few systems like your RTDAS.
Mm.
RTDAS is real-time dissemination system.
Mm.
Real time, you can know what. Suppose your RTDAS is installed in a river, then at that point, what will be the water level of the river at that particular point? You can know it through seconds. In every seconds, you can know it. So, if suppose if there is any disaster going to happen, you while sitting in the office, you can just know it, monitor it, and
Mm.
you can do the proper things for that. Then your data analysis, you see that data analysis is also a big part for engineers. Everything is based on data. And earlier, what we do, we collect the data manually, we put it in we just write in papers and we have to do tremendous work for just manipulation of those data. But now it becomes very easy through computer. It becomes very easy, even with the use of AI and ML, a huge data you can have, and you can just through that data easily you can know what is the pattern, what is the trend of that data. So these are the things that really makes very easy for the engineers to do work. Other things like you can say infrastructure inspection. Infrastructure inspection means suppose you want to inspect any water resources structures like dam, reservoirs, weirs. So you can just know it. There are so many techniques like your drone, UAV, unmanned vehicle, uh, aerial vehicle, commonly known as drone. It's very helpful. So through that we can even your satellite imageries is very helpful for making a planning. We have some imageries that is of very high resolution, even up to zero point 0.3 meter resolutions. So on that you can assess any project, whatever its volume may be, quantity may be. And while sitting in the office, getting those datas from Hyderabad, and you can just post processes it, and you can plan it while sitting in the office. So these are the techniques that they are the evolved techniques nowadays, and now we are using it because we cannot do work without those techniques. And actually, it has made our works, engineers' works, very easy, and it takes very less within very less time we can do all those works. So these are the techniques that has been evolved recently, and we have to follow it. We are enforced to follow it because without that we cannot do the things that we just require, which is the requirement of time.
Yeah.
So, sir, okay, sir.
So could you share some information from your PhD research with our viewers who carry the same penchant as you do?
Actually, I did my PhD.
Hmm.
I have already told you that it is based on non-structural measures. Non-structural measures is one of the important, you can say, wing of flood mitigation, flood risk management. So for that non-structural measures, we have done my doctorate study. What we have did, we have developed one model, and through that model, we can forecast the water level discharge at any point of the river 24 hours ahead. Even we can develop more than 24 hours ahead, 48 hours, 22 hours ahead, we can just forecast it. So it becomes a very important tool, we can say, that if we know what is going to be predicted after 24 hours, 48 hours, we can make preparation accordingly, and we can just mitigate the flood hazards. So that was my topic, and in that topic, you see, earlier the government is also for predicting the water level and discharge, but that is based on regression. Regression models, it means it is based on past data, and only you can at certain location only you can predict what will be the water level and discharge. But through my model, you can know at whatever location you want, you can get that data. The another plus point of my thesis is we have used artificial intelligence in my PhD works. I have used hybrid models. So what we did, we have the data, historical data, and those historical data I have pre-processed so that is there any bias that can be removed, and our data becomes more authentic. And after that, I have used the other artificial intelligence techniques like ANN. artificial neural network, genetic algorithm, like that we have used it. So I think whatever I have did, it is based on new techniques, and I will suggest the newcomers. I just think that it's not the optimum one. If someone wants to just work on hybrid models, they can even get better performance of the modeling results. So my just suggestion to the newcomers: go ahead with other techniques, and the whole world is doing on that. I have
Yep.
seen recently so many papers on hybrid models, so we can use it, and practically after whatever results we are getting, we can use it in our practical lives also.
Yep.
So that's my suggestion.
So what piqued your interest in ESG and corporate governance?
Actually, sir, I had spent a long span of time in government sectors.
Hmm.
There I feel that environmental and social impact is very important for any projects. Whatever project we just prepare, we
Hmm.
get cleared it for environmental and social impact. So I have seen it. Both environment and social impact is very important. Now that thing is inside my, you can say, DNA. I just think that whatever things we are doing for the environment and society, environmental impact and society through this government sector, why not we can just think of while going inside the corporate governance. So I think, and when we think of corporate governance, this ESG stands side by side. So what's ESG? ESG has three factors. The first one is environmental, second is social, and the third is governance. So these three things constitute ESG. And I think when I will get a platform in a government, in company or corporate sector, I may use it. Whatever knowledge I have gained, we can use it. Suppose nowadays climate change effect has become a global issues. Everyone is thinking about it. So why not we think of that thing for corporate governance, and ESG just deals with that. So when any investors see any corporate governance, corporate, he first thinks whether the corporate is having some strategy for this environmental and social impact. If it looks good, in that case they definitely the investor will prefer it. So our corporate is based on, its output is based on ESG performance.
Hmm.
So I think initially, earlier, what we just assess any corporate sector, assess their performance. You can say it validate through itself. Someone is asked, "How is your corporate? How is company?" Then he say, "It's okay. It's doing well for this environmental and social impact, whatever it may be." But now it is not enough. The public will just validate it. So it becomes very necessary for any corporate to think of ESG. And I think in year 2021, our this SEBI has also make it mandatory for your BRSR
Yep.
guidelines, in which they have make provision for 9 principle or 54 core elements. On that, you see 2 principles and 13 that for environment, 2 principle and 9, just like it is for social, and the next for your governance. So it becomes a important thing, and if it is actually followed, then we can think of the development of the society, and the environmental sustainability also. So these are the things through which we can improve some things. That's why it makes my interest in ESG and corporate governance.
So, as an ESG and corporate governance expert with a great deal of exposure to environmental activities, what values do you bring to the table?
Actually, sir, as a engineer, water resources engineer, we are thinking of a lot of things. Just how we can develop the environment, how we can think of about different infrastructures
Mm.
like your drinking water, uh, road and bridges, other infrastructures like your development of solar energy in place of that energy which we are just getting through power sectors through coal consumption. So these are the things we try to avoid it, and I think we can just if we have better idea for this how to minimize the effects of climate change effects of your carbon emission like that. We have ideas about all those things. So we try just to put all those things before the board if there is any issues which is harming to the environment and the society. And of course, through there is also provision of there is CSC, your corporate social responsibility. There is one committee. That committee is also made of when any company just fill up few criterias, and they do work for the society. So suppose if I am getting the chance to be a independent director in that company, I can also do on behalf of that society. So these are the things I think we can place before the table
Yes.
when I got that opportunity.
So, what are some of the most remarkable changes you have seen in your field with changes in technology, and what changes do you expect to see in the future with the advent of all these new technologies like IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, Web 3.0, etc.?
Sir, we are already using few of the technologies even in our span of service.
Hmm.
Earlier, it was not being implemented,
Okay.
but nowadays we are using it. Suppose I have just told you that there are certain techniques like your Artidas, SCADA. These are the system through which you can assess the real-time monitoring.
Okay.
So earlier it was not possible,
Oh,
but we are now using it. Even in every reservoirs, whereas we have the SCADA systems, we have the Artidas systems. We do develop the forecasting models, and through these Artidas, we get the data, real-time data, and on that basis, we assess, we can predict what will be in the future. So these are the things that we are already doing it. Again, I'm just telling you, in agriculture also,
hmm.
there is so much development. It may be due to your AI, ML, IoT, you can say. You can even assess the moisture inside the soil. And through remote sensing, you can supply the water. I'm just remembering that we have arranged one workshop
Hmm.
for this irrigation efficiency. So that technology we can adopt it, and it is now in practice in Israel. Israel is very ahead in this technology. So these are the techniques we can also make it available in India. Earlier, you see that I'm just telling you my experience. In irrigation, you see there is always flood irrigation. Flood irrigation means water through canal is let to the field, flow to the field. But now we are just changing it. The system is being changed through micro irrigation. In micro irrigation, what we do, we just adopt drip irrigation, a sprinkler. Here, what we see, the efficiency is just increased. Whatever losses we are seeing, application losses and conveyance losses, the seepage losses, all those things get minimized. So these all techniques are based on your IoT. And as you say, AI and ML, AI and ML I have also used in our flood forecasting models. I have already told you. Through AI, when we put the big data inside a program, we can know what is the trend of that data. And on the basis of pattern of that data, we can predict what will be in the future. So what we do in machine learning, yeah, or ANN, we put the data inside the computer, ANN tools. We just use it. What we see, it just read the data, learn the data itself, and through their learning, if we put some another data of the same, region, it can through their learning, it can predict what will be the outputs. So we are already using all those techniques, sir. And I think the new generation is, I think they are more acquainted with all those techniques. So they will use it and get it better. So other thing, blockchain and Wave 3 is the third generation development. And I think it is also using your artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms to create a smarter web. And one more thing, blockchain and big blockchains, we are not more aware about it, but I think it has its utility in uh, distribution of urban drinking water supply.
Hmm.
So that thing can be applied in this field. So we can use those technologies in different water sectors, and we can have better performance.
Yeah. As we know, we're building a community here of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. What are your thoughts about this initiative taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the whole World Development Corporation team?
Actually, sir, those corporate sector and Mr. Jishan and Mr. Pathan, they are doing a great job.
Hmm.
So you see, they are just giving, they are putting one platform on which uh, great experts of different fields, like your IT sector's experts, manufacturing experts, administrative experts, banking experts, they all are put on one platform which they are providing, and they just share their knowledge. And person like me and other
Hmm.
who are just thinking to join any corporate sectors are getting a great help from that. And I think your this great achievement, I have seen also two awards this year has been given, and I have also seen on LinkedIn, they are accepting that award. One of the award I have just noted, it is Visionaries of Amritkal. That is especially for promoting contribution in technology, corporate governance, and ESG. So that is the award they have got. It means you can think they are really doing work in the field. Again, the another award I have seen in Leadership Excellence Award for 2023 by Economics Times, company in the field of innovation in marketing and branding.
Hmm.
So, in a nutshell, they are doing a lot in knowledge transfer through experts in the field of different sectors like your IT, manufacturing, like that. So great job, sir. We appreciate it.
Great, sir. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will greatly inspire future leaders. Thank you so much for joining us today and wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds. Thank you so much once again, sir.